Hi, my name's Phil Campion. I'm former D Squadron 2.2 SAS and I'm Pulse Fitness's military ambassador. I'm here in Carl Shorten and I'm going to answer some questions for you. Exercise has been key in managing my stress levels. It gives me goals and keeping those goals realistic as well. When I talk weight loss, I've lost a lot of weight this year. I've lost nearly 18 kilos so far in a matter of about 3 months. But I didn't set out to lose 18 kilos. I set out to lose 2, and then I lost another 2, and then I lost another 2. If you don't keep it realistic, if you make your mountains too high to climb, you won't be able to climb them. You'll lose interest extremely quickly. And before you know it, you'll just be procrastinating and you'll just be talking about what you could be doing instead of actually doing it. Keep those goals realistic and keep them within your skill sets and within the brackets that you know you can achieve. And then you will achieve them. And then you just push those boundaries further and further. And before you know it, you'll be at a place that you never thought was possible. When I undertook selection, it was a huge deal. It's a 6 to 8 month course that when you try and look at the end of it from day one is impossible. So I never did that. I looked at every hour when it was tough. I looked at every minute when it was tough and just tried to get myself across the line in small stages. And that's how you're going to do this sort of stuff. Small stages, break it down, attack each bit with everything you've got, and then move on to the next. And before you know it, you're 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year, your body's changed, your transformation's changed, and if you look back on where you were, you think, how was I ever there? It's also important that you recognise and celebrate those successes. So it might only be 2 kilos, but say to yourself, that was 2 kilos. That's an awesome achievement. Then look at the next 2 kilos and think, I can do that again. Resilience means never giving up to me. 3 words, never give up. My mindset is of such that I won't give up to anything. I'll always try and see it through. And when I find it hard, I'll try and prop myself up on the stuff that's around me and utilise it in such a way that it propels me forwards. I think for positives out of negatives. I never look for negatives. I always strive for the positive answer and the positive outcome. Because if you bog yourself down with shite, guess what? That's what you'll become. So the regimental ethos says that there should be an unrelenting pursuit of excellence. And that is to say that you never ever give up. You never just rest your laurels on your last victory. You look, you strive, you debrief how things went and you move forward. And you try and move forward in such a way that it was even better than last time. Getting into the military was a massive struggle for me. Achieving just getting through the careers office was huge. I came from a broken home. My childhood had been disrupted by all sorts of abuse. And so to just get through the door was an achievement. And when I did, I took it one day at a time, not believing that I was ever going to make it through training. When I got through training, I looked to the next challenge. And that's how you've got to attack everything in life. It's not, you can't go from A to B. Social media now teaches you that you can go from nothing to something in a heartbeat. That's not the case. Anyone who's got any founding or structured achievement, it's built over a period of time in small sections, built properly with foundations, with stuff that you can rely on when it goes wrong. Otherwise, you've just built your whole nest on nothing. Military personnel face lots of challenges. It could be difficult tours, it could be boring routines, it could be a number of things which are out of your control. So concentrate on things that are within your control. No one makes you sit on a sofa. Nobody makes you eat too much. All these things are down to you and you as an individual. The other thing I've always said to people is if you hang around with the wrong people, you'll become the wrong person. So try and pick your friends wisely. Try and pick your teams wisely. Align yourself with the people that are achieving, not with the people that are underachieving. And that, before you know it, will become your own mantra. And you become a product of the 5 people you hang around with the most in life, all right? That's important to understand that, because I've always said to my kids, you hang around and play with scum, and that is what you will become, all right? So try and just improve everything you do. Be on the look for who's doing well and who's doing not so well, all right? Encourage those people who are not so well to come with your journey and not to continue on the path that they're on. Leaders need to understand what they're working with. Leaders need to know where their guys are coming from, and they can only push them forward if they understand how the guy works or the girl works and what they've got to work with. It's no point It's no point me going back in time and treating somebody how I was treated when I was in. So look at what the needs of the person are. And there's an element of humility in that. A humble person looks out and understands requirements and needs of other people. If you're not humble, and I would say you can't lead if you're not humble, because if you're not humble, you won't understand what other people need, and people won't want to follow you if you don't understand what they need. The battle buddy system is massively important because it's about understanding each other and recognizing when things are going wrong. If you can see that somebody's struggling, you should always put an arm around them and try and help them out. The same as you would hope that if you were struggling, somebody would put an arm around you and help you out. Yeah, Pulse fitness equipment is squaddy proof, all right? It's gonna get hammered. Well, I hope it's gonna get hammered, because I would hope that the people who are gonna use this stuff are gonna be on it and training all the time for their own resilience, their own body, their own mindsets, all right? For me, when I look at Pulse equipment, it's decent, well put together, sturdy stuff that's going to be maintained by Pulse themselves. They service their own equipment, which is massively important because they understand their own equipment. They don't need somebody else to come in and tinker with it. They'll come in and sort it out themselves. And that is a USP for them, because nobody else does that.